One thing that I like to tell people is be 5 mile radius famous,
Yeah.
because people think they need to be big, and you're only going to affect people in a 5 to 15 mile radius. It's going to be five, like in Denver, it'll only be five, uh, but here I might be able to go to 15 because some of my people do live out of town,
Yeah.
but but they do. I always say, don't focus on the big, focus on within this small community and make a big impact in this community rather than trying to um, go nationwide. If that's what you're thinking,
Right.
that you want to be big.
Hmm.
So that's one thing. Focus on being 5 mile radius famous. That's something that I've worked on the last 24 years, almost 25 years here in Cheyenne. People know me. They know. I mean, people like their friend will tell them, "Yeah, I'm working with Mary," and they're like, "Oh, I got to get in shape before I can work with Mary." It's like, no, 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 you know. Or I have people tell me, I've been who have come to me after meeting me 10 years ago. Yeah, I've been contemplating, and I wish I had come 10 years ago because I have lost so much in those 10 years. And it's like, so if you're thinking about, I really want to start to do something, make yourself a promise and keep it every day. Uh, the other thing for business owners is you think, oh, I got to try this new thing. I got to try, and you keep um, trying all these different things. And what I tell people is find one thing that you can do consistently over a long period of time. And one of the things that I have done in my career, not just as a business owner, but in my career as a personal trainer. Um, I was a advanced rehab specialist. This is going back because I worked in a rehab facility to help people who were in physical therapy. Um, they're only brought to a certain point and then trying to help them go further. But um, where was I going with this? Delete this part. No. Anyways, um, just try. Oh yeah, what I have done consistently
Hmm.
since the '90s,
Yeah.
since the early '90s,
Yeah.
is I have always had a newsletter. Now in the '90s, I would type it on a computer, print it out, and have hard copies
Oh.
for people to pick up
Yeah.
because we didn't have internet back then. And it's only in my when I started my business that I converted to email.
Mm-hmm.
And so now I have a weekly email that I send out. And when I hear from people in my community, or even people who happen to go to my website, sign up for the newsletter, or sign up for the newsletter, and they get it, they're like, that's the only thing I will read from my emails because you give us information that we can use. And so that's a consistent weekly thing that I have done. Now, does it bring more money into my space? No, not really. But then maybe it'll hit somebody just right and they'll start wanting to talk to me or to one of the, I have another personal trainer who works in my facility with me. And so again, it's not, okay, what is your motivation for doing the consistent
Yeah.
thing? Is it to try to make money?
Yeah.
If you are trying to do it just to make money, you're not going to be successful. You've got to do it for because you're trying to meet the needs of those in your community. And if you can meet those needs, then eventually you're going to start to see uh, s- um, money or people coming in to use your space or use your professionalism.
Yeah.
So
Some kind of like
so that's
lasting impact. And I feel like that's the
Yes.
biggest part, especially in such a small community like this. Do you
Yes.